Yo quiero invitar a toda la gente de Perú a que vayan a ver esta película que es un trabajo maestro de Chris Nolan y Matt Damon.
Bueno, tienen que verlo todos, es increíble.
Hi Matt.
Hi
John.
Hello.
And Christopher Nolan used these spectacular IMAX cameras to show you suffering. To show you suffering in close-ups, to show you suffering in landscapes. So how was the process physically, and how helped you to build the emotional side of Odysseus?
What really helps is he builds the entire world, and then you kind of live through the experience. So I think he likes to remove all of it. So we all had to suffer a little bit to get these shots that we got as a team, and I think it comes across in in all of the performances. It feels very grounded, the movie, you know, and I think that's that's the format, the IMAX format, but also the experience that we all had we had to go through to make it.
Keep us straight!
And in your case, it's your first Chris Nolan movie. And when you received the news that you were part of the cast, did some research about Chris with another actor?
It's going to be challenging. I know it was going to be difficult, but it's going to be an incredible experience. It's going to be an incredible movie. And when I saw it, I was like, it was even bigger than I could have imagined.
Action!
And Matt, this is your third Christopher Nolan movie, Interstellar, Oppenheimer, but it's your first leading role in a Chris Nolan movie. What is the main difference between being in a Chris Nolan movie and versus being the leading man in a Chris Nolan movie?
It's more work, but I just thought of it in terms of it was such an ambitious movie, and directing is by far the hardest job that there is, and directing this is the hardest thing I've ever seen a director undertake. So in my mind, I was thinking, you know, Odysseus is a big piece, but it's one element in 100 elements that he's trying to keep in his head. And the more that I can be prepared, the more I can remove that from his mental bandwidth, the more time he has to focus on all these other elements. And I think every department head approached their job the same way, and the more you could take off his plate and fulfill what he'd asked you to fulfill, the more he had the bandwidth to put on and that's why it feels like the details in this film are so precise. It's because he had the time because the big things were kind of delivered by everybody else, you know. That's why casting is so important, you know. He's just great at casting people. So there was that too. I got to go to work every day with one phenomenal actor after another. It was pretty special.
I am from Peru. In Peru, we don't have a Trojan horse, but we have a Totora's horse.
What is that?
A handcraft representation that is a
wow.
boat.
Oh wow!
That the Moches, that is way before
Beautiful.
the Incas, that they used to navigate the Pacific Ocean.
Right.
So cool.
And
It's
they
a
used
reed.
to
Reed,
fish,
I
they
can see.
used to navigate and return
beautiful.
to
Is that a
home
whistle?
like Odysseus.
No, I can't whistle it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.